So I'm Don Ross. I'm a senior director in product at PayPal. I lead our team focused on really delivering solutions to help small businesses manage and grow their business. I've been at PayPal about 8 years. Initially, when I joined PayPal, I focused on a different aspect of our business, but as we get more and more focused on, and just by our growth in nature, more focused on realizing and distinguishing the unique needs of our customer base. We have almost 19 million small businesses that we work with and help across the globe. I've always been interested in working in the context of a company that has a global footprint and reach. Also really resonates with me just in terms of small business and helping those companies, because in many cases that's their livelihood and sustainability in terms of being able to put food on the table or chase a dream. And come from a background of small business owners. My grandpa, actually a New York person. My whole family's from New York originally, and he ran a photography shop and started that business in the mid 40s and all the way until he passed away. But he actually got into that business because at the time he was looking for jobs, there was a lot of um, um, religious imbalance in the world, if I could say, during World War II. And growing up as a Jewish American, he didn't always have the same opportunities as others. But he created a very profitable business and really enjoyed doing what he did. And that's really what inspired me in terms of seeing somebody that loves what they do and they do it because they love it, not necessarily because it's something that's going to make them rich and retire early, but something that he really enjoyed doing every day. So before PayPal, I worked at JP Morgan for 8 years. So I spent a fair amount of time there in New York as well, and also in London. I was there for almost 8 years. And before that, I was in consulting. But at JP Morgan, I focused on the commercial side of the business, working with large enterprise companies. And towards the end of time, we were trying to figure out ways as a joint venture with the investment bank how to help those companies as well on a global scale. But I wanted to operate at a smaller scale compared to, I think at the time, JP Morgan was about 150,000 employees. Right after the whole vilification and the financial services crash, I knew I could have had a continued career there. I probably still would have been there if I really wanted to, but I really wanted to get closer to the customer and working with them directly. And that's what brought me to PayPal and the opportunity there. Based in Chicago. I split time between here and primarily San Jose, though I do spend a fair amount of time overseas as well. I have teams based in multiple locations, excuse me, and really enjoy the work in getting more and more opportunity to help customers solve problems, even if they don't know they have them. I've always enjoyed technology and building things or solving problems. So actually in college, I think this was probably my first exposure to product, but I was a beta tester for the Mosaic browser. So that said, I did not follow that crew to California to be one of those people that runs a venture capital firm and whatnot, but it really gave me a chance to test out new technology and think of ways to apply that in different contexts, not just going on a black screen monitor and seeing a bunch of links or hypertext to be able to go and search for things. But that was probably the tipping point. My undergrad was actually in finance, my master's in MBA in finance. But I always enjoyed connecting with people as well, which I think is an important aspect of the role, is understanding your customer. Putting myself through college and grad school, I ran a bar. So that customer service and being involved with people, though serving a different product at the time, was something that struck my interest. My first job out of grad school was in consulting. That was a lot more about coming up with ideas and not actually executing and delivering things. I wanted to build things. And then I went to JP Morgan and worked more on the back office side of the business in terms of providing the necessary tools for hedge fund managers or portfolio managers, as well as our internal treasury management functions. That was getting me closer to the customer, but still thinking about things more in terms of just raw data and transaction settlement and whatnot. So I would say that probably during my undergrad, I went to the University of Illinois, and that's where I got my start in terms of, though not in title. I don't know that we called them product managers back in the 90s like that, but certainly working with technology, understanding the applicability of it in contexts outside, and really kind of thinking more broadly. That was back in the probably the 14.4, 28.8 modem days. And that's kind of how I started my journey, and I keep on focusing on and solving things at a global scale.